right, man. Terence Crawford did a couple interviews with Radio Raheem yesterday, bro. He did one with Michelle Joy Phelps, and obviously everyone gra- they gravitated to the one he did with um the one he did with Radio Raheem on Seconds Out. Shout out to Radio Raheem. He did one behind the gloves. And like it was basically this the same day for the most part. I mean, it was it was in the same day, but it was pretty much the most part the same interview. And it was some differences. You know what I'm saying? Radio Raheem was able to kind of pick at him a little harder. And, Michelle Joy Phelps, she did a great job too. And obviously the question that came up was Crawford fight. And everybody looked at the part of the interview where he said, well, I don't think Spence holding up the fight, you know. And like I said before, Terence Crawford has went out his way not to make Spence look bad, even at the request of Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Andre Ward said, I like to see Terence Crawford be a little bit more aggressive by, going out there calling out Spence and all of that. So, um, and obviously the Spence sexuals or Earl sexuals, they call them Spence tards, whatever, they gonna run off with that. You know what I'm saying? He said, politics and this, that, and the third is stopping the fight and the business side stopping the fight. Well, we gonna see what David Benavidez. Benavidez is able to go in there and take on Demetrius Andrade across the street when Jamal Charlo wasn't able to cross the street. If he go over there and fight David Benavidez, then bet. I mean, it's a myth. The streets are a myth, bro. But like I said before, I think, and also he talked about segregating top ranked PBC and talking about Fred and them and K Hole or Negro Fight Fan talking about how they you know, trying to segregate boxing, and these two different interviews, by the way, trying to segregate boxing, and said that if the fight fans demand a fight and they boycott, you know, certain fights, obviously Errol Spence Jr fight, they boycott certain fights, and um, we'll get what we want. That's what he said. He get what we want. Um, check out the Boxing's welterweight playlist. I mean, also you see he went in talking about he went to Charlo Castanos winner, and I might go live later on Saturday talk about that. But um, I mean, most people gonna run off and say, "Well, Spence wants to fight." He said Spence wants to fight. Okay, I heard somebody told me yesterday that Spence wants $20 million. He priced himself out. Crawford said, and I think the Michelle Phelps video that they have never even discussed the split. He said they never sat at the table, and I'm pretty much sure said, he kind of said they never was a 60-40, never discussed the split. So, at the end of the day, I don't know if he trying to keep his options all weighed in, or he not trying to get the bad graces of PBC. But he said what he said. He said they had conversations on the phone. His nephew said he was sitting right there, and for the most part, I'm paraphrasing. As Bernie deleted IG live, he said he bitched up. Paraphrasing there. He said they got the footage and all that. So Crawford got ammunition, but like I said before, man, that's what we think Spence fight holding up the fight. He said, well, this is the business and they want to clean. Well, we gonna see, because if you look at and I'll go into detail in this if I do a live later. If you go into the landscape of this division, bro, you go into the landscape, bro. Think about this for a minute. Keith Thurman jumped to 3 after not being in the top 50, right? Steonis and Rashad Batuev, they fighting on the Spence and Ugas undercard to produce a mandatory. We know Ugas paid Steonis, or quote unquote, they got to a step aside deal, right? Jerron Ennis is fighting Custio Clayton to be in a mandatory for Errol Spence, and we know the IBF don't play about the mandatories. Michael McKisson and Virgil Ortiz are fighting March 19th in LA to produce a mandatory for Terence Crawford. So at the end of the day, you got IBF mandatory, that's strict. WBA, they paid them to step aside. They're gonna pay them to step aside again. Who knows? Keith Thurman, what it sound like is they actually gonna unify, right? Which I've heard from the grapevine that the fight, they saying the fight is gonna happen. I mean, we see when they both in the ring, or about to move up, because he had to have IBF mandatory since Ocampo, I believe it was. Then the WBA, then WBC. So like I said before, the only thing that they can petition is that they gonna fight for undisputed. That's the only thing they can petition for. That's the WBC say. We hold off on Thurman. Thurman tune up when rumors Thurman's supposed to be getting a fight. He said November, December. Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So, I mean, like I said before, you sit there and you can say that, and he talked about how the boxing, streets on YouTube is, segregating top ranking people. But that been happening. Like when he first came along, that kind of was happening on HBO. That's why a lot of people don't like Top Rank on the social media here. That came with the territory when Bob Aaron was doing everything out in his might to get Al Heyman kicked off of the network. So yeah, that's kind of where the hate kind of started at. And now people just, you know, they didn't like him. But like I said, if it ain't Spence's fault, well, we'll see. Then who is he insinuating his fault it is? He says the business, the politics. What you mean the business and the politics? They just found $100-some million to get a Canelo. You know what I'm saying? What politics is there? He also said he's still sorting through his options. So he might be he at their mercy. Come on, let's stop it. He's talking about if it don't happen, I'll jump up. Um I'll jump up and fight Castanos and Charlo with the same problem at PBC. So, I mean, like I said before, he ain't been wanting to disrespect Earl. He did do the little fish thing with Earl, take a little jabs, but he really can go in. He really can release that phone conversation that his nephew said they had. He really can call him some type of E's and O's and all types of stuff. But say he's looking to come back in May, weighing his options, and like I said before, man. I mean, what are we like? He can fight. He can fight Keith Thurman next. They can fight Spence next. I mean, like, what are they waiting on? What's the business, man? Not enough money? I don't know. I don't know, man. But everything Earl Spence then did and said, running out the Sean Porter fight, man. Use your common brain, your common sense. Use your common sense, bro. Use it, bro. That nigga ran out of there, and Derrick James said we told him to leave because like at the end of the day, come on, that man called you out. You was already, damn near to the lift gate, Uber gate. Use your brain, bro. This ain't hard, dude. They trying to age this dude out and wait this dude out. It's definitely Earl Spence. Definitely. I don't care what they say with the business of it, and then tell Al make the fight happen. Now when it comes to making this fight, so it's a financial issue. And like I said before, that's why PBC pay-per-views and Showtime pay-per-views have been going in the drain. They said Keith and Barrios did really 30. Ortiz and Martin did 25. Jake Paul did around 65. Javante did around 65. Where they serve up Errol Spence to Canelo Alvarez, who knows? Maybe they rebuff the deal. But like I said, he don't know what he about to do. I think the backup plan is to, have MTK Global, if that's who he with. Partnering with, have him go over to the UK or Dubai and establish his name over there. You see the type of love he got at the Mir Khan Kell Brook workout. Sean stepped up and fought him. They ain't even like Danny trying to step up and fight. He talking about fighting the Khan and Brook winner. Come on. Come on. I think Spence really he wants to fight. That's a funny way of showing it that he wants to fight running out the arena. Talking about you on the wrong side of the street. And then saying you ain't fought nobody. Then first calling you out saying you get a belt, I'll fight him. That's just a very strange way of saying you want to fight. So, I mean, if you do want to fight, he's showing a very strange way of wanting it. But you telling me that the business and the politics ain't right and they ain't got the money for you when they could have split the bill with Bob. We could have avoided this whole lawsuit a little bit longer. I mean, it's tiring. Tiring, bro, that the narrative in boxing is Canelo need to fight black fighters. But the black fighters don't want to fight each other. from Haney to Tank, from Tank to Gary, from Gary to Tank, from Tank to Tevin. You know what I'm saying? From her and Jamal and Demetrius Andrade. Come on, man. Come on. It's the Mayweather blueprint. Avoid black fighters at all costs. Fight them when they coming off losses, or fight them when they got losses and not when they at their hottest. Across the board, Tony Harrison and Charlo 3, that ain't on the board. That'd make Charlo his biggest payday. If Tony Harrison able to come back with a better performance for Sergio Garcia, come on, they had no issue sending Marcus Brown to Canada to get slaughtered by better BF. But if that was, Andre Jones the third from, Baltimore, Maryland, man, Marcus Brown would have went to go get his face bashed in by Dimitri Bivol. They purposely not making black fights in boxing. And they give us Spence and Ugas, and right now, Spence is the only American black fighter on the card. It's Spence Ugas. The co-features Issa Cruz versus Gamboa. Then you got the Venezuela cat that knocked out T.O. and sparring, Rayo. And then you got Steonis and Batuev so far. So unless a Venezuela fight is a preliminary fight, I mean, you got, and I don't think Showtime do preliminary fights. So yeah, that Venezuela kid is pretty good. Knocked out T.O. sparring, he said. So right now you got another Showtime, another PBC card that don't feature no black fighters on it but the main event. It's messed up. And then they turn around and say, well, y'all didn't support Earl and Ugas on the card. You couldn't even put Frank Martin on there. That's why we're not gonna make the fight. So he said he's still going through his options, and he opened the fight Charlo Castanos. I addressed that later, but he said it ain't Spence fault. Said the business and the politics, and they want to clean up their side of the street, and then he said he's the type of fighter that wanted to go straight for the head and all that type of stuff. But so I mean, it is what it is. Just leave you ass out. That's what it looked like. And then it don't help you that Eddie Hearn saying about, he ain't got nobody he got the money, but he ain't got nobody for you to fight. Why Spence, he said he knew the Spence and New Guys fight was coming. They already knew that. And what I heard was they was negotiating, and I think the rumor was told me we wanted 80-20. Left the table, said we waited after the Ugas fight. I mean, what you waiting on? He get 3 belts, that's gonna be messed up. But he said that, they never discussed the split. So if y'all was talking, and that's true, y'all did negotiate, which nobody, Tim Smith said, he not in those negotiations, saying that there were negotiations, then, what was y'all talking about? So, if the fight gonna happen, it's gonna happen next, bro. Straight up and down. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen next. I showed you, all these dudes got a mandatories coming up, from Batuev Steonis for the WBA, for Jerron Anderson Castillo Clayton winner for the IBF, and Keith Thurman waiting in the wings in the WBC, and then McKisson and Virgil Ortiz waiting for Terence Crawford. Come on, you got 4. Everybody ticking for a mandatory, and it's in Ortiz time. Well, y'all old farts just sitting here constipated, bro. Either it's vacation season, undisputed season, or vacation season. Either or. See here talking about some shit 4-5. Y'all Ortiz and Ennis don't do that. I hope they don't. Bro. But hey, he said what he said. I need to do a lot of tomorrow to today about it, man. Let me find out if there's any other additional information. But thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button, the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications, go live and drop a video. Hit the link in the description. You can find me everywhere on social media, from Twitch to Spotify and everywhere. Other than that, want to make a financial donation, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the welterweight and boxing playlist. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.